Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at NECA's Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimate Foot Ninja. Not to be confused with their previous Ultimate Foot Ninja, this is the Eastman and Laird's version, the comic version, not the cartoon version. Now here's the interesting thing about this. Ever since NECA switched over to this PR company that they use for review samples, I get fewer things, and I don't get information. I don't know what's going on with this release. I don't know where it is supposed to be released or how it is supposed to be released. I can't find any information online. I'm guessing it's another Walmart exclusive that probably will end up being exclusive to somewhere else, or not exclusive to somewhere else. I mean, like some of them were at Target for a while. Now they're at Big Bad Toy Store. Some of them go to Walmart, then they go other places. I don't know, but that's what I'm guessing. I can't find anything on this. If you have information, let me know. I'll pin your comment. That'll be helpful. But this is a purple Foot Ninja with a bunch of stuff included in the package. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. Real quick before we move on, I'll just show you the packaging because it's a little bit different than normal. We usually don't get the front flap. So on this one, we have the front flap, side drawing, which I'm going to reference again in a minute. Obviously the back artwork and that, but then you do get the opening so that it looks like the other figures that have this. It doesn't say signature series, so I don't know if that makes it less hard to come by at some point. I have no idea what's going on with this. I can't find anything about it, so I apologize for that. But at least I can review it for you so you can know if you want to try to track it down. This guy stands a not surprising just shy of 17 centimeters. That's going to make him roughly about 6 5/8. Here he is up against Darwin. He's just a touch taller, so either they're really short or they are really close to a large 1/12 scale. So that's interesting to note. And it is basically the same foot soldier, foot ninja we've seen a bunch. Just repainted and then with a metric ton of accessories. I don't think I've ever seen more accessories in one package. But there's some stuff to still talk about other than just the accessories. So I want to talk about the aesthetic. I already got rid of the package and I said I needed to reference it. I do like the way it looks. However, I like the way that looks a whole lot more. So I would love for NECA to give us the stockier designs in terms of just the overall build. But I also would like to see more black on this figure. They did give us an alternate head, which I'll show you in a minute, that has more black on it, and I think that would have suited this figure well. More like the black and white figures that we saw. I think that would have looked really nice on here. This just has the black line work, which makes it look more like a cartoon design as opposed to the comic design. So that would have been better, I think, but it still does look nice. You get the black lines, you get the light purple lines, but here's the problem. You guys might have seen in my Broadway review, the Gargoyles Broadway, the shading on him was very speckly, not smooth airbrushing at all, and this guy's purple. I hope it's going to show up on camera, and with YouTube's compression it's hard to say. He's kind of speckly in places. Anywhere where it's supposed to be dark, you can see his face is supposed to be darker here in the mouth area, but instead of being darker, I mean it is, but it is still speckly. This main part of his clothing right here, that is speckly, so that's definitely not great. It's not going to be noticeable from a distance, but it is something to note. Otherwise, the paint job is really clean and looks really nice, and aesthetically it's the same sculpt we've seen before. So I'll give it, because of the speckly nature and lack of black that I think really would have benefited this comic design, I'm only going to go 7. I don't like that it's all speckly. That's a problem, NECA. You need to figure that out unless you're doing it on purpose, in which case that's really weird. But we have more speckles to talk about later. Well, let's talk about them now. Let's talk about the accessories. We get a whole bunch of stuff here. I'm going to start with the purple accessories. He's got a big slew of purple accessories, and you can see the blades have blue speckly shading on them. Not a good look. It looks pretty weird. But you get a whole bunch of purple and like indigo accessories. Then you get a whole bunch of silver and gray accessories. That's all very awesome. I love the silver paint. It looks great. They did a wonderful job with that. You do get a gun. I guess if he needs a gun, he's got a gun to use. As far as hands go, you get a whole bunch of regular hands. Then you get 2 different sets of claw hands. Like I said, tons of stuff. You get a cloth robe with a Velcro / elastic belt with a plastic draped hood. That's awesome. That goes with the head with the little mask thing on it. That's done really, really well. And then we do have the Foot Ninja head with the extra black paint, which looks wonderful. And I would have done even more black paint, but I really wanted that black paint everywhere else. That being said, that's a buttload of accessories, so I'm gonna just go 10 out of 10 for accessories. I don't know what else you could want, really. And reasonably, that's a ton. So lots and lots of accessories. Now, I'll go pretty quick through the articulation. We've seen it before. I will note, though, even through the accessory hands, I haven't noticed any stuck joints. I haven't run through the whole figure yet. We're going to do that now. But it seems to be that their QC, in terms of engineering, is up. Maybe down with the paint, but up with the sculpts. So this isn't going to pose because it's just one piece of plastic there. The head is on a double ball peg. Might be a single, I don't remember. Then the neck has a swivel hinge at the bottom. It's tight, but it does work. It's a pain in the ass to move, but you can do it, so that's good. Shoulders, you get your full rotation. This area is not soft though, so it's full rotation technically, but limited to going out to the side as you go up. That's reasonable, I suppose. Bicep swivel is fine. Bringing the arms up and down. It's tight again, but no stuck joints. That is about as far as you're going to get them to go, though, because of the way this is sculpted. Double jointed elbows. Let's see if these guys work. Like I said, I haven't tried every joint yet. Bottom joint works nicely. That'll give you 90. Top joint doesn't seem to be stuck. Is it stuck? Okay, that top joint is semi-stuck. Nope, it's free. Okay. So you get a little bit better than 90 using both joints, and you might be able to squeak a little bit more out finagling with that, so that's okay. Wrists have a swivel and a hinge. Torso just has a waist twist, nothing special there. Hips, we have ball socket hips, and they're not loose. I like that. They go out to the side all the way, full on splits, no problem at all there. Going forward, they're not too loose again, so that's good. Just about horizontal. Going back, you get a little bit, so that's pretty nice. You do get a thigh swivel on either side. That's good. Double jointed knees. Bottom joint works. Is the top joint stuck? Nope. All right, I like it. So far, we're doing pretty okay with the stuck joint situation. Knees work nicely. You get a boot swivel. Uh-oh, that's stuck. Both boot swivels are stuck. Be careful. If you're going to heat this and twist it, you could shear that PVC peg right off. What you want to do is heat it and then like squish it together and tug on it a little bit. Squish it and tug. And what that should do while it's soft, don't rip on it. Just give it a little bit of pressure going out, pressure going in, and that should pop free the joint, and then you'll be able to feel that it'll swivel easily. So that's how you want to do that. Ankles, all the way back, pretty far forward. Ankle rocker is good. Toe joint is good. So other than a little bit of stuckness here and there, not too much, I'd say that's pretty reasonable. This guy's articulation is solid enough, especially for a NECA Turtles figure. You know, they're not meant to have the most, although someone like this should have pretty good range, and I think it does for the most part. So you should be good with articulation. I'll give it a, I'll go 8. It has some pretty nice spots. Some spots are too limited, I would say, but it's okay. Especially given the aesthetic. So, alright, time for the final verdict on this weird release that I don't know anything about. It comes with a ton of stuff, and the accessories are pretty awesome. The core figure is pretty standard, nothing impressive, but it does look damn cool, and it's going to look good on a shelf. And I'm guessing these are intended for army building, given the number of accessories. I hope they're accessible to the point where you can army build them easily, because they're suited for it. But otherwise, it's a solid release. It's nothing crazy other than the amount of accessories. So I'm only going to go 8 out of 10 overall, but it is good for what it's supposed to be. The only thing that really, really bothers me is the speckly shading on the accessories and on the body. And then I would like to see a lot more of that comic style black. But still, strong release. If you're into this sort of thing, it's a definite pickup for an addition to your turtle stuff. If not, then maybe it's not worth tracking down, but it's still a pretty cool looking figure, and you might want it. So there it is, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you liked the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos almost every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. In the meantime, keep collecting.